Rooftops!
Yep.
I think was the name of it.
Rooftops, 1989, directed by Robert Wise, director of Westside Story,
That makes sense.
Sound of Music,
Okay.
Star Trek the Motion Picture, The Haunting, and The Day the Earth Stood Still.
This is a lot.
That's a
Right?
mixed bag right there.
The West Side Story, though, that one
Right.
thing that you just said explains the entire movie to me.
Right?
Because I
Yes,
was like,
it
man,
does.
this is really West Side Story-esque. And you're okay.
Yeah.
It is West Side Story-esque because it is.
Yeah, very much
Holy
so.
moly.
Jesus wept.
Oh boy.
So
I didn't take notes because I'm a numpty.
Oh, I've got some notes. I also have
I
like
forgot that notes were a thing.
some of Steve's notes on my phone, i.e. the IMDb cast page for the movie, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, so how does this one start?
It starts with a small child making bad graffiti that I immediately commented on.
Well, to be fair, it's mediocre graffiti that he is making slightly worse because they
Yes.
needed some close-ups.
Yeah, the first thing, like, the shot is of him, like, the graffiti's done, but, like, they needed a shot of him spray painting this wall, so he puts, like, a pink line. Yeah, there was another pink line that was, like, underneath a line and was kind of accenting it. It was the same pink. However, this was not accenting a line, it was just, like, going through a few of them, and I was like, what are you doing? And then, like, the next thing, he has, like, white spray paint, and he just spray paints a section of the thing that was already white.
Yeah.
So, off to a good start. And then we pan out, and this kid has the worst. This is all I'm going to talk about this entire movie.
This is all we talked about
This
this
is,
entire
this
movie.
is, this is the
Delight.
most interesting, compelling character of the film. This kid has an ankle-length, spray-painted
Yes.
jacket that he is never seen without.
And he also sewn in some like mesh pockets to
where
throw
he puts
spray
his
paint
spray
cans
paint,
in.
and the
like on the
lapels are
inside.
wider than his entire body. And he has a matching hat
It's
that is
great.
also never seen without the jacket.
At one point, he loses the jacket, gets it back, puts it on,
And then
the hat comes
produces
with
the
it.
hat.
It's like it's attached.
It's soul bound to the jacket.
Yes.
But the hat matches. There's that scene. He should not have the hat. There is no logical reason that he should have the hat. He puts the jacket on and 5 seconds later pulls the hat back on. I don't know how. I don't know how or why.
To picture this jacket, just imagine the 80s.
Spray painted onto an
It's-
ankle length
Denim jacket.
jacket.
The 80s is a jacket made for Andre the Giant. It is being worn by a toddler.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really not. It's not. It's not. It's.
So,
Back
yes.
to the movie. He
Yeah.
is spray painting when some skinheads roll up to him, and the first line of the movie says, one of the skinheads says, "Looks like shit."
And he's right.
It's completely correct.
Okay, back to the jacket again. It's like if Andre the Giant had a jacket tailor-made for him and then designed by Lisa Frank. That's
Yeah.
what this would be.
The reason we're harping on the jacket is not because we didn't enjoy ourselves watching this movie. It's because the jacket is so damn compelling.
It is. It really is. Okay, so the skinheads, they might not even be skinheads, but they all have shaved heads and like they wear leather. Which leather, not really a skinhead thing, but what are you gonna do?
But 80s?
Yeah.
80s question mark.
So our little character, whose name is Squeak, we find out later.
Yes.
He's
Which I'm
named
guessing is
after
short
the-
for Pipsqueak, because that's
Yeah.
what they keep calling him.
So Squeak, Jesus. Squeak spray paints one of the skinheads in the face with red spray paint and then
Yes.
jumps in front of a train.
To avoid them.
Yeah.
Doesn't get hit by the train, and then chase sequence ensues.
But I really want like a cut of this where you can really just cut it so he jumps in front of a train and then you get the guy getting hit in the face with red. So long chase sequence where he keeps getting slowed down. I assume because of his giant,
His
massively
jacket-
heavy
Yes.
coat.
His jacket has to weigh 360 pounds.
'Cause-
And it always feels like it's soaking wet because it's caked in spray paint, you idiot.
So eventually he runs up to a rooftop after a lot of chasing, and he gets dragged into a small room by the hero of our movie,
Yes.
T.
His name is just the letter T.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yep.
T.
T.
and T puts on the coat, and he puts on Joseph's Technicolor dream coat
and hat.
And like runs away, and then just kind of stands on the edge of a rooftop and
waiting for skinheads.
Waiting for the skinheads, and then they fall through this roof that apparently eats bad guys, because when good people run over this roof, nothing ever happens to them.
Yep.
To be fair, T knows where shit is.
T knows where shit is, but later on in the movie, people who wouldn't know that roof as well run recklessly across it after it has, killed
fair,
someone.
They only go, 7 feet deep, but to be fair, but yeah, you're right.
7 feet deep, past 3 holes.
Yeah, so...
by that point, numerous people have fallen through that roof to either grave injury or death.
Probably all death.
And the good characters can run recklessly across it with not even so much as a creak.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point we assume the skinheads just fell down and got hurt, but later we'll explain why we no longer think that.
Yeah.
By the way, every time they call him T, I just think of this terrible Jamie Foxx movie where he has a line like, "It wasn't an easy grab. They got T," talking about his son, and it's like, ugh. It's a bad line rating, so it sticks in your head. So T.
Nice.
T.
Alright, so then T's wandering off to somewhere, and it just kind of stares at this guy we find out named Lobo from a distance.
Yeah, they're bullying an older dude.
Mm-hmm.
And T just kind of stands there, and Lobo...
He's hiding in the bushes.
Not really.
The one
He's
very
standing
scraggly
behind
bush.
a scraggly bush. A
Bush.
bush. Because you mentioned the mighty Boosh before. So,
She did.
so our villain, Lobo, played by Eddie Velez from Repo Man, pulls a gun and is almost gonna shoot T.
Ed goes, "That's a good way to get a hole in your head." And then I guess that confrontation's over.
He also goes up and says the line, "I'm expanding, T."
He does!
Because Lobo wants to increase his business size or volume to make more money.
Yeah, and he's so excited about it that he's expanding. So,
I'm expanding, T. It's the last 20 minutes of Akira from then on out.
You did mention that, yeah.
No. Anyway, we go
Tetsuo.
to
T for Tetsuo. Okay, so...
I'm expanding Tetsuo.
Anyway, dance party with friends?
Yeah,
why
they
not?
go to so they're all either poor or homeless teens, and they apparently meet up at this one place that I guess has a board on the ground.
It's like an alley.
Yeah, to have a dance party and drink and hang out.
Macklemore's there.
Yes!
Macklemore's there. There's a dude with the ugliest haircut I think I've ever seen in my entire life. He's got essentially a high top fade, but he's white, so you already know it's bad. He's shaved all the way around, and then to the very nape of his neck, it's a
rat tail.
it's that thick, and it's only in 2 rubber bands at the top, and then just loose, and it goes halfway down his back, and it makes me want to die.
And he's holding Wilson? I don't know, some sort of ball.
It's a basketball that's old and fucked up, but at first I thought it was a severed head.
I thought it was a motorcycle helmet.
Nope.
And then later I thought it was a bowling ball. I thought it was a goldfish bowl at one point.
You did.
I've never known what it was that he was holding.
Which is, I want that. Just a character that carries around a goldfish. I want it so bad. Anyway, they have fight dance party.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because some dude throws a big sloppy roundhouse kick at T. So they're like, okay, it's time for combat.
Which is their dance style.
They're going to stand on this tiny platform, and they're going to dance fight.
Yes.
Where they're not allowed to hit each other, but one of them will eventually get menaced off of the platform by sick dance moves.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
I don't know.
And it's the most bizarre central conceit of a film I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I just watched Gun of the Black Sun.
Later on, it becomes less bizarre, when they like start doing it and it stops becoming a competition and starts being like, let's have fun and do this dance style.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in this moment, it makes no sense.
Yeah, not at all. Because you can win this by just standing still in the center of the thing.
Mm-hmm. Because your opponent's not allowed to hit you.
Yeah.
Or it's a foul.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem to hold any consequences.
Well, it just means that if you foul somebody and knock them off the thing, it doesn't count.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, that happens, and also T is getting eyed up and eyes up some girl named...
I don't remember her name.
Ilana.
Elena?
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 E-L-A-N-A.
Because it's the same name as the neighbor from Gun of the Black Sun.
Oh my
God.
Possibly the same character.
Maybe.
Possibly.
You know, years later, she moves
She
to
moves to
Romania.
Romania.
Yeah.
She dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's eyeing up Elena, who's with her friend who happened to... do you have her name?
Amber.
Yeah, she was on Martin.
She was on Martin. She was the wife in My Wife and Kids. So, if you're black, you'll recognize her.
Or if you existed in the 90s, then you'll recognize her from Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Squeak is like sloppily hitting on grown women. Squeak is a child, by the way.
Squeak is like 14 and everybody else is like 17 plus.
Yeah. Or, 30 playing 17.
Yeah.
So, Squeak and T are looking at Elena, and T's like, hey, she's looking over here. You think she's looking at me or you? He's kidding, obviously.
Yeah.
He does not say it as that, like, the line delivery is not...
Well, he's not capable of saying anything other than how he says it. God bless his little heart, but he is a man of limited means.
Oof.
Yeah.
So, yes, we start the grand romance of the film.
Yeah.
T and Elena.
Which gets started because she is getting creepily stalked by a drunk homeless dude. And
Oh, right.
T
Well, she's
goes
also
up-
getting creepily stalked by T.
Yeah,
Yes.
T goes to help her out, but he touches her, and so she whirls around and punches him.
I thought it was a knee.
I thought it was a knee, but then you guys said punch.
I didn't.
I did.
It's
So
all
it
on
was a
him.
knee.
It's all on him.
It was a knee. Okay, and knees him straight in the dick.
Yeah. And this scares off the homeless guy. So
Yep.
It all worked out perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
How did you and Mom and Dad meet? Oh, I need him in the dick.
I think specifically I punched you or something like that.
How did you and Dad meet? Oh, he accidentally touched me while trying to save me from a weird, creepy, drunk homeless dude, and I punched you. And that's one of the funniest slip-ups. Oh man, I punched you right in our son.
So, now they're in love, and
Yes.
so they go dancing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Freedom. Freedom.
Oh God, freedom! I love this.
Fucking
It's this bad 80s dance music, but there's this stuffy British guy talking about freedom to travel. And at a certain point, it loses its shit and starts changing the speed. Freedom!
Freedom to travel.
And it's somewhere
And
in
then there's
here.
It's like a power outage and they almost kiss, but then the lights come back on, and I guess we can't kiss while there's lights on?
Yeah.
At some point, T's like, "This is the first time I saw her, shush." And we're all like, "What?"
Oh, Elena
And she
was
says,
saying
"What?"
No, that's not that.
Her
that was
black
Elena
friend
talking
is
about,
the ex of is the ex-girlfriend of T.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
so he was asking Elena why she knew Amber.
Yes.
Is that her
Yeah.
name? Why she knew
And
Amber?
Elena says it was the first time I saw her tits, and then we had to rewind. Since.
Yeah, it's the first
seen
time
her
I've
since.
seen her since. But she says it, and even T goes like, "What?"
And she has to clarify.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So, oh man, freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom to travel.
Travel. Oh boy.
Freedom to do something else, but freedom to travel is just
Freedom
too
to
fucking
travel.
funny.
I don't think
I don't think it was something else because my note says freedom to travel.
No, there was another one after.
Oh, there
that,
was,
too.
but yeah.
Was there? I
Yeah.
don't remember. I think we're laughing too hard.
Yeah, exactly, because freedom to travel is fucking brilliant to put in a bad dance song.
It was so good. Actually,
Alright.
I think that's one of the funniest parts of the movie is freedom. Freedom to travel.
Yeah, there's a lot of competition, but yeah, that's up there.
Anyway, T lives on a roof somewhere.
Yeah, first he has to drop off Elena because he has a motorcycle now.
Yeah.
I think he borrowed it.
Fuck,
When
I forgot
did
he
he
had
get
that.
a motorcycle?
Because he looks at some dude and the dude just gives him a motorcycle.
What does he do with it?
I think he just gives it back.
I guess.
Anyway, so he drops Elena off and...
He steers the motorcycle with one hand.
Oh god, he keeps looking back at her while riding a fucking
with
motorcycle.
one-handed holding her hands because she's clasped them
Yeah.
over his tummy.
And it's... I've seen movies that, as a joke, haven't as elaborately pointed out that this dude is clearly not riding a motorcycle as this film did. So when he drops her off, he makes some remark about being a taxi driver.
And then she needs to pay her fare, so
Yeah.
she makes out with him.
And gets the fare down to $20, but still doesn't pay it.
$2.
Dude, it was 8 to 2.
8 to 2. $8 and then down to $2.
Really? I thought it was 80 to 20.
Nope. $8 to 2.
Okay.
Inflation.
Cool. Okay, it's all good. So...
It's today's money you're talking.
So yeah, she owes him $2 and never pays it back, and it really upsets me. So she leaves, and he goes back.
She makes out with him more times. I guess that's her paying
Yeah,
him back.
there you go. There you go.
Meanwhile, Lobo's gang moves into the place that T was hanging out at.
Yeah, he was living in the water tower on the roof of this derelict building as opposed to in it.
Yeah, which is weird. Like everybody lives on roofs.
Yeah.
Like what happens when it rains? He at least has the water tower, but it looks leaky as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has
a
a snow fencing
as
built
his
up
hammock.
as his hammock.
Yeah, it's a thing.
He also has a bunch of sunflowers. When does he have the time to take care of them?
Well, sunflowers are pretty sturdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's never actually shown tending to them. But if anything happens to them, he is distraught.
Yeah.
Those are his workout buddies.
Yeah, he works out there by moving his body in weird ways.
Very bad ways to some sort of song, freedom to travel.
Freedom to travel.
It's so weird because you can tell that he's athletic. You can tell he can do things physically, but whoever did his fight choreography
Or anything.
and all other choreographies, like, does not have his shit together on any level. I think a Baxley was involved in the stunt coordination on this.
Oh yeah, I said that.
Baxleys are a big deal in stunt stuff. I mean, this clearly isn't like
Oops.
Craig R. Baxley, who's like the god of those people, but still. So
Capoeira restaurant. Oh, after the gang moves into T's place, he goes to like some sort of
That's
restaurant.
Drug Bucket. So they sell
Drug
drugs.
bucket.
Right,
Like,
okay,
like if you
so-
sit downstairs, you put money in a bucket, and this dude
just pulls up the bucket and puts down drugs.
in the bucket.
Yeah. Now, we should establish that Elena is Lobo's cousin,
Yes.
and to earn money for her sick father.
Yeah, her dad had a heart attack and now can't work.
So now she's their lookout.
Yeah. So that she can earn money to take care of her family, because I guess her dad was the sole provider,
Yeah.
and now can't work because he had apparently a pretty bad heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the next thing that happens? It's all blended.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking up the stunt coordinator. It was Gary Baxley,
Yeah.
known for his work on Jurassic World,
Oh,
Warriors, and Predator.
Oh, huh. Wow.
That might not be coordinating work, though.
Yeah,
That might just be stuntman work.
stunts. Actor, assistant director. Okay, yeah, so it's
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff. Sorry, did you go over the restaurant?
When does the restaurant
At
call?
some point,
My next, no.
basically Squeak drags him into a restaurant because Squeak's been talking about how there's something better than combat.
Fuck. Yeah. Squeak.
Squeak. So,
Squeak shows him capoeira, which I guess a group of guys do at the back of this restaurant.
Yeah.
Just cash.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a stage show because everybody who's eating dinner is watching this.
Yeah.
And so,
Because I go to eat Mexican food and watch capoeira? What was
well,
happening
Brazilian
there?
food, but yeah. So,
Sounds like a good night, though.
actually, yeah.
Jesus
What was
Christ.
that?
What the fuck was that?
The box fell.
Okay.
That's the chair that was leaning against the boxes finally fell at this moment.
Nice. So, back to capoeira.
Didn't like that.
T decides to go up and start, like trying to start a combat match with their capoeiristas. And so they start teaching him capoeira.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
It finally transforms his combat skills into
Semi-fighting
combat
skills?
skills?
well, okay, so capoeira is this whole thing. It was a fighting style developed by slaves so that they could practice and everybody would be like, I guess they're dancing, I don't know. But it's complicated because you don't see a lot of capoeira in MMA. It's not a terribly effective martial art, but you have to understand it achieves exactly what it was supposed to do, which it makes revolutionaries very confident that they can beat anybody up, which makes them less likely to, like, run away from battle. It's the same purpose that, like, Krav Maga fills.
Got it.
I see.
So,
Next knows police raid.
oh yeah.
Yes, so the police were like
The cops are so fucking incompetent in this movie.
police raid
It's
that
the worst
doesn't.
raid. Okay, so the police somehow are already on the roof of the crack house,
Oh my
right?
god. Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot how bad this was.
And so they go inside the crack house, obviously keeping T, like, sort of half in custody.
Yeah.
They go into the crack house and they put on their police jackets. And then a bunch of police outside start a raid on people on the street before the cops inside actually do anything. Which means Elena out on the street
Gets tipped off. And so she has her little button that
her
then...
pager.
Yeah, her pager that then sets off an alarm in the crack house to let them know that the police are there, because she's a lookout.
Yeah, so they flush all the crack with, like, a bucket.
Yeah.
And
Bucket guy.
yeah.
Bucket Man is the man that flushes, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the big beefy dude. Looks like Robert Zadar with less chin.
Yeah.
So Lobo hides his gun, and they get arrested, but no charges because there's nothing there.
Which I said was bullshit.
Yeah,
'cause Lobo's-
NYPD.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have planted something.
Yeah.
They
It's
would've.
NYPD, they would have planted
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the sake of this movie, nothing happens, and then I guess that night T is in his water tower thing, and then Elena comes up.
Cames.
Not yet. Comes up, and they are just arguing.
They argue.
She
'cause
comes up and...
to warn him that Lobo believes that T tipped off the police.
Well, T tells the police that Elena was just coming up to see him, which gets her let go because for some strange reason they...
Yeah, they saw a random woman on the street and were like, we have to arrest her.
Yeah.
She must be
Because she
involved.
gets rid of the pager.
Yeah.
So they literally have no reason to even suspect her. She's
Yeah.
like a 15-year-old on the street.
Yeah. So yeah, she shows up at T's water tower. And
To let him know that they think that he was responsible for...
yeah, and he's just pissed off that she is
Working
lookout
with Lobo.
for drug dealers and all that. And then so Lobo has two main henchmen. There's the aforementioned Bucket Man.
Yep.
Yeah,
This
big
is
buff bucket man.
Big buff dude, looks like Robert Zadar without the chin. And then there's the other dude, the guy who wears a green jacket and looks like a sexual predator. And is the wimpiest member of the group.
God, he is
He is also the one that thinks that he is
the strongest.
Yeah,
member.
he's definitely the most aggressive.
intimidating
Yeah.
of the group.
So he sets the water tower on fire.
Yes. They use the pipe to get out of... They climb
Yeah, up the top.
up the top and then down the pipe, and their friends, who always seem to be just off screen at any point in time, come up to them and comment on the fact that, whoa, that sucks.
To be fair, they all live on rooftops really close together, it seems like.
Yeah, that's a fair point, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you notice that they kept having the Twin Towers in shots, and it's just like, they're on rooftops. There's no way not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a good point. I don't know, was that... My next note is rooftop, in quotes, fights with a question mark?
Right.
This is the smaller one.
Yes. I don't remember what instigates
happened?
this.
Is this...
The Lobo first corners his cousin, Elena, asks her if she's dicking T. Those are his words and not mine.
Like, she's just...
In, like, a nightgown, as he's, like, berating
to be fair,
her.
I think it's like a giant goddamn t-shirt.
It looked like it was backwards. It was hitting her, like, here.
Yeah.
But, you know, she insists no, and he tells her that he doesn't want her talking to T ever again, which she immediately disobeys.
And goes to see T.
Yeah. I don't remember what instigates the rooftop fight.
Is it Squeak related?
No,
No,
probably.
I don't think so. I don't...
I mean...
Squeak is up there looking for T. They go up, I guess, also looking for T and hang Squeak off of the
That's
roof.
it.
They take his coat. They taunt the one black friend that they have.
Yeah, wimpy black friend who keeps having opportunities to stand up to people and doesn't.
Yeah. Because, the one who's always in extremely short, extremely tight shorts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, balls.
Yes. And very low cut. Either low cut in the neckline or very high cut in the tummy.
Or
shirts,
coming
or
in
both.
on the sides like
He
Conan
always-
the
his-
Destroyer.
Yeah.
His torso was never 100% covered.
No.
The entire film. Never. So he taunts black friend with the coat, and black friend gets the shit beaten out of him because he's wimpy and doesn't get the coat. And then they hang Squeak off of the side of the roof to ask him where T is, even though he was clearly looking for T when they...
Mm-hmm. And
found
T's just
him.
like, I'm back here, right
Yeah.
behind you.
Yeah.
And then a rooftop... Oh, no, this is when Squeak gets pulled up. He grabs his one shoe that he lost, gets his coat back, and then magically produces the hat.
Yeah,
Yes.
he pulls on the coat and just hat is there.
Yeah.
Pulls it up.
It's like it was a hoodie attached
Yeah,
to
exactly.
the coat.
Yeah. And so then the rooftop fight occurs where T starts to use capoeira quotation marks.
Oh.
A little, maybe, but Lobo pulls out his gun again.
Yeah.
Try using capoeira when I have a gun, idiot.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happens next.
Well, something.
T eventually gets thrown off of the roof.
Is that this time or is that later?
That is this time. I thought it was this time. It's this
'Cause
time.
that's my next note. You can't read it, it says sad teenage fucking.
Oh,
So he
right.
was hurt before that.
Yeah, so...
Well, you might have skipped some stuff, but okay, let's
think,
assume
yeah.
he falls off the damn roof.
He falls off of the roof, and Lobo and his men are like, "Huh, he's dead," and leave, and then all of their friends come by again.
I think they're specifically like, is he dead? If he's lucky.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then the friends look down where the bad guys were looking, and there's T just hurt on a fucking fire
Yeah,
escape.
he fell off a roof 10 feet and landed on a fire escape. Now, granted, both of his legs should be broken.
He landed on his back, so...
The way that, like, his legs are positioned, they definitely hit enough stuff that both of his legs should be broken, and his, like, left arm should be pretty messed up. But instead, it just seems like he got the wind knocked out of him and has just a full body bruise. Like in you know, non-specific injury seems to be, you know, nondescript hurt is what he is from this point on. And then they take him to Amber's.
Yes, Amber. That's what I was
Amber's
just looking up.
place. Despite like very minor protest, I was wondering if that was going to lead to anything because we had
No.
seen earlier that she used to be a prostitute and her mom is still currently a prostitute for the same pimp.
Oh, yeah.
And that didn't go well. This is when Wimpy Black Friend sees this happening and doesn't defend her.
Yeah. Honestly, it looked like she probably could have beat up the pimp pretty easily.
Yeah.
She just didn't have the confidence.
Yeah, she could have kicked the shit out of him.
Because she had like an inch and a half on him and, probably a good amount of muscle mass.
Mm-hmm. I think it was just too much of an emotional toll to actually do it. But she could have. She easily could have.
Also, Squeak has this bad family relation thing at home that we see once.
Yeah, Luis Guzman is his stepfather, so...
Yes.
Yeah.
So he gets gone out of the hiding spot. And then
I think this is because the bad guys stole his roof.
Oh, yeah, they destroy his graffiti on his roof.
Oh, yeah. That's when they were just before or after hanging him off the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
exactly
they take his building and turn it into another crack house.
Yeah.
So Squeak decides to, I guess, defend himself once and for all. He goes back to his mom's house where he's been kicked out because his stepdad is super abusive. Like, uses the noise of his stepdad beating the shit out of his mom to cover the fact that he's going to steal this gun. Ends up knocking something over. His mom and stepdad come out. He threatens his stepdad to try to protect his mom, and his mom insists that she wants the stepdad to stay, and so Squeak leaves feeling extremely betrayed. This is one of the moments of the film where I actually ended up feeling really sad for Squeak.
It's important to note how annoying Squeak is.
Squeak is pretty annoying, but like, this was actually kind of gut-wrenching to watch this. Like, I mean, he's like 13, 14, to watch him like be so thoroughly betrayed by his mom like that is pretty sad, especially when like the intro of that scene is literally the sound of her getting the living shit kicked out of her. So he leaves now with gun. Is now the rooftop scene at Amber's?
No.
Well, first we have to...
Sad teenage fucking.
Sad teenage
Yeah,
fucking.
that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So now, with like 20 minutes left of the movie, we take 5 minutes to show Elena and T having, well, they make out and they're both topless. And I guess it's implied that things progress from there, but we just kind of cut to the next scene after, I'm not kidding, 5 minutes of watching teenagers make out with no shirts on.
And implied dry humping at the very least.
Yeah, definitely dry humping, but like, Elena's shorts are high-waisted, but they're like massive and just cinched into her waist, and they have to be about like Kevlar. Like,
yeah.
Like, she's not feeling anything. All she's feeling is chafing. So
Yes. So I think then.
But he's in his underwear. He's in his skivvies.
Oh yeah, she made
Wait,
sure of that
she
because he
made
was
sure
going to
that.
leave. And then she says, take your clothes off.
Yeah, she does.
God.
To prevent him from leaving, she tells him to take his clothes off, so he's in there in his big old tighty whities.
It's kind of notable that, he fell off a roof, so they took him to a room and they stripped him down to his tighty whities.
Yeah.
Also,
that almost certainly have a hole in them now because he was dry humping the thickest denim I've ever seen.
Oh no.
We should also mention that we're not sure how, cleanliness would work in this economic setup.
Oh yeah.
He takes a piece of paper that has her Elena's address underlined on it.
This is much
and
earlier.
This is way earlier. Sticks it down the front of his pants for no real reason.
I
And
assume
then
so he
later,
can call on a payphone later.
maybe. But it's really I never wanted you to take the yellow pages that has my address on it and stick it down the front of his extremely sweaty pants.
Mm-hmm.
His t-shirt, he puts it on, and I think it came pre-built with sweat stains. He glistens immediately.
Yeah, you can tell it's a hot summer.
Yeah, there's never not a sweat sheen on this kid.
Everyone.
On everyone, but
Everyone.
especially T.
Yeah.
Which is
T
why
really glistens in the morning sun.
another reason why we are flabbergasted by Squeak's jacket, because that thing looks hot.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it has to weigh about 490 pounds. And it's 220 degrees. All of the moisture in his body has boiled.
Maybe that's why he's so small.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's actually 23 years old.
Alright, so then Squeak goes to confront Lobo and his crew?
No. Squeak is spray painting.
That's it.
Oh,
to
yeah.
fix,
To
'cause
fix the mural
yeah.
They put some black paint on it.
They put some black paint on it because they keep doing just petty nonsense, like
Yeah.
knocking over T's sunflowers and spray painting on top of Squeak's little tag.
And trying to burn T alive. You know, a little shit.
Yeah. But I was specifically saying the petty nonsense
I
and not the,
know,
like, dangling
I
Squeak over the edge of a building and
It's
stuff like
kind
that.
of on the same level when you get down to it, though.
Oh, man.
Especially in this movie. So yeah. Squeak pulls a gun.
Wait, no. So the wimpy henchman cuts the rope
That he's hanging from.
that
Yeah.
he's hanging from, and Squeak does not notice and falls onto his roof, and then Lobo shows up and threatens Squeak with a he just
Squeak
pulls the
threatens him with a gun.
yeah Squeak squettins.
Squeak squettins. Squeak squettins. Squeak squettins. Squeak squettins. Okay, so Squeak squettins him with his gun, but the gun, I guess, isn't loaded or
No.
whatever, so...
Which I had commented on earlier, that he didn't check the gun to see if it had any damn bullets in it.
So, yeah.
It didn't.
So...
They kind of chase him around.
Yeah, Squeak tries to run away.
Corner him. Our bucket henchman or Lobo, I forget, pick him up, to which...
Oh, both of them, but then Lobo gets him, cradling him like a baby, and throws him out the fucking window.
To his
right.
death.
Yeah.
He dies.
Yeah.
Squeak is dead now.
Yes, it's great.
As Lobo was cradling Squeak, Hannah said the best line of, destination defenstration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destination defenestration.
That one.
So, I love this, because when they're carting Squeak off on, like, the little fucking
They
thing,
lay the coat
they
over him.
coat over him.
And then
the-
replace it with the white sheet and then just chuck the coat.
And it lands perfectly on a parking meter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, now T has to enact revenge.
Yeah.
He takes the coat.
Yeah.
Does it come with its soulbound hat? I think he
don't
does wear the
remember.
soulbound hat later
Yes.
on. Yes.
I'll
There's
take your word for it.
There's no showing of the hat, but I think
It
it is
just
soulbound to the coat.
Yeah.
I don't think there's even, like, any montage of him getting ready. It's just straight into sledgehammer.
No, there's exercising. He does push-ups and shit.
Oh, yeah,
he
he
does.
And a
cries
little
while doing
capoeira.
push-ups.
Yes, crying push-ups.
He cries
That's
while doing
it.
push-ups and capoeira.
There's a great bit where Elena's like watching him doing this dumb shit with all of his friends gathered around her. It's like, okay, he's gonna go for revenge.
We might as well help him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is great. There wasn't a cohesive plan. It was 4 people independently deciding that they were going to help him because he went in with a sledgehammer.
Yes.
Sledgehammer disappears very
Right into
quickly.
the fucking crack house,
Yeah.
takes down the fucking door, goes in
So
and takes
good.
down like, he took out all the boards they set up on the windows.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
He wrecks their shop.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next?
Well, first a cop notices and calls
Yes.
the other cops.
It is the mustache cop who is really the only cop.
Well, there's him and one other cop who then shows up later.
Is there? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Because cop who called other cops, like, doesn't get involved.
Oh, right. There's black cop who calls
Yes.
mustache cop. I forgot.
Yeah.
There's only 2 cops.
Yeah. So Lobo shows up with his 2 people,
Yeah.
Yep.
and they go after T, but Macklemore's there.
Yes.
And like fucks a dude up.
With his
Basketball?
bowling
Yes.
ball? Fishbowl?
Does he send him
Motorcycle
out a
helmet?
goddamn window or
He
something?
does.
Yeah.
He does with his ball.
Projectile.
Yeah. So then,
Amber.
Amber
and
and
dude,
wimpy black guy.
Nibbles guy.
Nipples God. Nipples black
Nipples
guy.
god.
Nipples God. Wimpy black guy. Amber fakes being
Like a
strung out.
yeah, like a messed up junkie,
I
and then
think
she
so.
grabs his leg, expecting Nipple God to show up and kick his ass, but he takes too long, and she's about to get shot in the fucking head,
And then Nipple God does something.
and finally beats the dude up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just the wimpy dude though. Like it's
Yeah.
not really it's satisfying to watch somebody finally go, like, you ain't shit, but also it's the dude who ain't shit himself, so...
I kind of like that they don't even bother to kill that one.
No.
Yeah, they just kind of
It's
get
just
rid of
not
him.
worth
He's
it.
just done.
And then on the roof we have Lobo and T.
Yeah.
Wait, T is taunting Lobo.
My God.
Because
Oh, yeah,
every
he
time
shoots at
that
him,
Lobo
yeah.
misses a shot, he comments on the fact that Lobo has not managed to shoot him yet.
Yeah. One straight up, you suck.
Yeah, he just, you suck, Lobo. Which is really very good. He's also wearing the coat and it's soulbound hat. Then Elena throws herself at her cousin, demanding that he don't go after T, but this is clearly a ploy.
And she knees him in the goddamn
She
balls.
knees him in the groin, almost gets his gun.
Yeah. It's kind of weird, though, because when he gets distracted by T, she runs away, but doesn't just pick up the gun on her way.
I think he had gotten it by then? I don't know.
No, he
no.
picks it up after she leaves.
Oh,
Interesting.
Cool. Well, fucked up. But,
He only had like one bullet left, as it turns out.
yeah, which he then fires in that moment, misses T again, and they go up to the roof. He tries to shoot T, ain't got no bullets because he done wasted them, which was T's plan all along, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
I might be giving T too much credit, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming that was the plan.
So we get the fight, and it's not that great. There are some good moves, but it doesn't come together.
Yeah, once T
No.
actually has to fight somebody, all of his moves get way weak.
Mhm.
And there's a
Yeah.
lot of just kind of,
Yeah.
which, just bobbing back and forth, which is amusing, but
Well-
not intimidating.
Well, it's like the stance of capoeira.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but, you know,
Yeah. They, like, mostly when they put capoeira in a movie, they kind of leave that part out.
yeah. Whereas it is the main fighting that they show is just kind of the bobbing back and forth
Yeah.
with your arms kind of swinging. So,
But anyway, T is just kind of like, after getting kicked and or beaten or something, just runs to like the opposite side of the roof.
yeah,
Yeah,
this,
and another roof,
The
yeah.
shitty roof.
Mm-hmm.
Where he basically just goads
Lobo.
Lobo into coming towards him. Lobo then falls on a faulty part of the roof.
And we see him just drop, hitting a bunch of shit on the way down, clearly dying.
It's
Yeah.
at least 10 stories.
Yeah.
Like, he very clearly breaks his leg.
Yeah,
Like, he
bounces
is,
off shit. It's
yeah,
great.
his
Dead.
leg is bent at a 90-degree angles the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like,
His head hits like 10 stories. It's great.
Yeah.
he's super dead.
Yeah.
This is why we originally, because the skinheads are then heard after they fall, in not funny ways, yelling at each other to move or whatever. When Lobo falls, he is shown dying.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
is dead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or if he's not dead, he wants to be dead.
He's dead.
He's
Yeah.
super dead, though.
Yeah. But the movie's not over.
Yeah.
Then we must have our 80s end of the film dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they just do combat and also some other dance moves and then combat.
And a
then,
lot of capoeira.
And some capoeira, and then one girl in yellow leggings just kind of scoots across. the
she was
screen.
amazing. She was the
God.
best thing.
Yeah. There's a myriad of dance moves going on
Yeah.
here.
The capoeiristas show up and I guess want to party with these 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then our main couple, T and Elena, look longingly at Squeak's tag that I guess they can see from their little dance alley
Yeah.
and get sad and then immediately go back to making out and dancing with their
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. The end.
That's it. Roll
Credits.
Possibly the greatest film ever made.
I loved it. It's my, I think,
Fun?
Yeah.
other than like the Kamen Riders, this is probably my favorite thing that I've watched with you guys. Kamen Riders is kind of its own category. This, because Kamen Riders is good. This is good bad.
Yeah.
This is like, but this is, if you want to talk good bad movies, this is exactly what I want from a good bad movie.
Yeah.
Lots of dancing.
Yeah,
Just
lots of dancing. That's a necessity.
Weird, funny dialogue.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Every line of
Okay,
dialogue is just
I'm
so
expanding
wrong.
T.
Expanding T. Also,
Please
just
help me.
freedom to travel.
Freedom to travel. Hannah, you loved Elena's outfits, all of them.
Oh my gosh, I would wear everything that she wore.
Yeah.
Nothing is new. She had an outfit at one point that was like a really low back bodysuit in high-waisted shorts, and I've worn that outfit before. She had another thing that was the same high-waisted shorts with like a crop top sweatshirt, and I've worn that outfit before too. Oh man. I would buy her entire wardrobe from this movie.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was 80s as hell.
Oh,
Super
absolutely.
80s. It was so 80s, and that's kind of what made it so much fun.
It was 80s in the way that only the very late 80s can be.
Could be 80s, yeah.
It's just, the 80s had been building up so much. Mm-hmm. Like, this was peak 80s.
Yeah. It's, everything just worked. It wasn't, like, great, but it worked.
I wouldn't necessarily say everything.
I'm thinking, like, sets were fine, music was fine.
Everything, but not everything worked in the context of, working in the way it should
Yes.
have. But everything worked to make it a good time. There was never a point. That was one of the few movies I've watched with you guys where I didn't like I have to multitask, so I didn't my brain didn't check out so that I could check my phone every now and then. Like, I actually watched the whole movie. Whereas with Gun of the House of the Rising Sun,
Yeah.
there were 20-minute periods where I was like, all right, it's time to phone, because I just it wasn't holding my attention enough, and I needed something else if I was going to just not go into complete dreamland.
Yeah. That's fair.
This didn't do that to me. I actually watched the whole thing.
Which you've only done for, Kamen Riders, too.
Yeah, Kamen Riders. Oh, because if I don't watch Kamen Rider, I've lost it.
Oh, yeah.
And if I do watch it, I've lost it.
Yeah.
You lose the plot of a Kamen Rider the second you hop into that pool.
Yeah.
So
And you love it.
There's a lot going on in those films.
they're so good.
There's a lot going on in this, too.
There's a lot going on.
A fair amount.
Yeah.
We got halfway through and I was like, how are we going to talk about this? So much happened. I was like, if somebody sat me down, held a gun to my head, and asked me what this movie was about, I would just go freedom.
Freedom to travel.
So, I'm glad that I have two other people to try to sum up the plot of this movie, because I feel like I'm just kind of shouting certain scenes that I don't remember what order they came in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun. I would recommend this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would, too.
I would watch this by myself. I would watch Gun of the Black Sun with other people so I could make fun of this. I would watch this movie to watch this movie because it's really genuinely fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not good, but it's fun.
Yes. Good bed.
Good bad.
Yeah, this is one of those movies where I found out about it, that it existed at all, and I'm looking it up, and I'm like, the guy who made Westside Story and The Day the Earth Stood Still. Dance fighting called combat. I'm like, fuck yes, we watched this.
Yes.
There's no way around it, and it completely fulfilled everything that first awareness promised me.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Oh, I wanted to list a couple of the actors. Squeak was played by Alexis Cruz, best known for
Not much.
Raphael in Touched by an Angel, Skara in Stargate SG-1, and someone in Tortilla Heaven.
Hmm.
That was it.
You just wanted to say Tortilla.
I just wanted to say Tortilla Heaven.
That's fair.
I saw
That's
that.
fair.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Not the lead actor has been doing a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of things. It's just nothing notable.
Yeah.
And
he was in 10 episodes of Dexter, but it's 7th season Dexter.
Yeah.
And who the hell made it that far?
Oh, he was in Backdraft?
Which
Okay.
one?
1991.
Oh, I meant which actor. You mean the main actor.
T.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name?
Jason Gedrick.
When I was trying to find a copy of this movie, because obviously it's not on streaming services, most of what came up was pictures of Jason Gedrick from this era.
Nice.
So where he looks like a bizarre mix of Dane DeHaan and Ian Somerhalder and John Mulaney.
Sort of, yeah. But I'm not talking about images in a search. I'm saying it was images, pictures that you could buy.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Product only has one headshot.
Promotional material and shit.
That's funny.
To finally buy the DVD, I had to buy it on a double feature with something called A Midsummer Night's Rave, I think.
Oh, please tell me that that's next week's movie.
I'm kind of afraid of that one.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that.
That one might end up being like a replacement or something if shit goes wrong, but...
I want it.
Hey, you know what? This was a replacement. It worked out fantastic.
Yeah, very
This is
well,
great.
yes.
This, I don't think it could have gone better.
Yeah.
That's a loud light.
Yes, it is.